Well, hello. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes before I dive into what we're talking about today. I normally go live on Thursdays. I've got a lot going on right now with obviously the book launch because that's in 17 days. Um, so I thought today was the best day to do it because I have a little gap in my day and I want to spend some time with you instead of not being here next week. So today we're going to be diving into a little bit. It's really specific for star seeds, but anybody on their awakening journey for sure. I'm going to be talking about the energy forecast very strongly for what's coming up for us for star seeds. I do a daily energy forecast on YouTube and TikTok. But this is one is like if you feel that star seed energy, we're diving in today. There's a lot of transition coming for us, and we've been building momentum for quite some time, and it is going to pick up speed in September. So I want you to be prepared because I know what I'm going through. I'm really curious as to what you guys are going through. So when you get here, let me know where you're from. Are you a star seed? Hi, Bonnie. Oh, I miss your face, girl. I've been thinking about you a lot. Um, I love that you're here. So, yeah, I want it like, are you a starseed? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? We're gonna do a little practice today on opening up some gateways for you, as well as a channeled starseed message for you today. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Dime, like the coin, um, but not spelled that way. Obviously, it's diamond, but I go by Dime. I'm a psychic, generational psychic. I am a starseed channeler. I have been my whole life. I've been doing it since I was in the womb and all of the lives previous to that, which I actually remember. So I've got this crazy, weird thing kind of going on, and I help souls ascend. I help you really own your journey here, your purpose here, and I do a lot of starseed activation. So that's me in a nutshell. I've been on this wild, wild journey. Hello, beautiful. Um, and today I felt with what we're feeling, it was probably really important to give some strong direction for us. I'm going to share a little bit about what I'm going through with my meditations. We're going to do channel messaging specifically for you and your journey. And then I'm going to try and answer some questions from the comments. So feel free to put your questions in there. I am a bit spicy. So don't ask me stupid questions. I mean, there's no stupid question, but if you're going to ask me, like, when's your money coming in or when your love is coming in, I say this at the beginning of every video. No, I am not doing that because that's not what it's about. And you are responsible for all of those things. So you need to figure that out for yourself. All right. Good morning from Hawaii. Hello. Good morning. Yay. Packing lunches. How exciting for you. I haven't had to do that in years. My babies are grown. Um, Okay, so let's talk about what's happening with the energy, what to do with this, what we're experiencing as star seeds. I'm going to share some of my meditations. They've been off the charts. I've been sharing a little tiny itty bitty bits and pieces on TikTok. I love your support. So thank you for following there and being active in the comments and liking it and sharing them. That means so much to this girl. Like you have no idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Um, and I want to bring as much information forward as I can for the world to help us all. Hi, Barbara. To help us all thrive and specifically move into the mission that's required that is being initiated in December. So we have this little gap right now of understanding what that mission is and really mastering it within ourselves and then bringing it, hey baby, bringing it to the world. So I'm going to be hosting a very, very, very intense galactic retreat. It's a Starseed mission activation. It's our time right now. We have to harness these tools and we have to learn how to sustain this. So, part of the journey in this retreat that I'm going to be doing, which starts on the 9th, so next week, is activating your telepathy, showing you how to do that and get it right, connecting you into your higher self, your galactic self, your parallel timelines. We're going to be talking a bit about moving into parallel timelines or what people call like quantum leaping. Um, let's not make it fancy. It's actually not as hard as you think it is so that you can understand what's going on in your parallel worlds and bring that energy into your here and now for this timeline. Hi, Brandy. I love that. I love you. Come back when you can. It'll be the replay will be up. So I want to do that. in this retreat. We're going to be talking about how we actually are going to shift the energy for Gaia, with the oceans. I'm going to talk about what's in the oceans, all that uncomfortable stuff. We're going to be I'm going to be teaching you actual scientific techniques to master this energy. And this is like phase one. I feel like this is going to be an ongoing thing. And I'm considering, if we're open to it, oh, happy birthday, babe. That's so exciting. Um, if I'm considering trying, we're moving towards, so the whole company is moving towards, one of my companies, the book company, is moving towards creating a platform for Starseed. So that's going to be coming in the future. But in the meantime, I want to invite I'm going to hand select you. When we do this retreat, there's a very denoting thing that I know that we need to come together. So I will be hand selecting a few of the participants from the retreat into a private format group to bring us together and to work together. So I will be privately hand selecting those. You'll get messages from me. You'll get an email from me inviting you to that. Um, and I have to be very cautious about who I bring to the next level. There's been a lot of warning on this. So the energy, like what's happening right now and what's coming through right now, is a deeper level to the keys of the universe. I do understand the keys to the universe. I have changed my whole entire life and a lot of my students' lives as well with these. That's what's coming out in the book, September 21st, is the foundation of the keys of the universe. You're going to have sustainable rapid change with this. And there's a lot of my starseed stories in there. So you're gonna get an inside scoop on who this dorky chick is over here. Um, and the tools and like how to apply them. So I'm so excited to bring that forward for you. It's one of many, but this is the first one. When we do the retreat in September, I will be activating a different layer of the 12 universal principles or the 12 universal laws. So there's a galactic version of this as well that I will be teaching and helping you implement into your daily routine. Which is it's a game changer, like holy shit. This has come through years and years of studies. This has come through my endless downloads of working with many galactic federations. So I'm really honored and excited to have you stand with me doing this mission together and calling out other similar star seeds who are ready to understand these. So the reason I'm only hand selecting a few for the private format is because in the wrong hands, the keys that I'm going to teach you are beyond powerful for you to shape shift time space reality. And if you're not using it right, you can kind of fuck things up a little bit. So I have to make sure that the right people have it, the ones that are in the power, the ones that have done the healing work, that don't have fears of being seen and don't have fears of standing in their power in the chaos that's available to us. Now we know I can't say a lot on this platform because I don't want to get flagged. I also don't want to get attention from the wrong people because there's a few, how shall I say this? There's a few you better stop or else things going on in my world right now, which is causing some wonderful stress for me. It's great. But I'm going to keep going until I'm forced to stop. But I need to be very like secretive about how we do this. So I'm trying to stay under the radar a little bit right now. And when I'm doing my TikToks on Starseed stuff, I'm acting as though like, oh, it's the first time. Like what? Just really trying to stay under that radar. So I have to be very careful about what words I use and what attention I pull in, but I definitely want to teach you, share with you, enhance what you already know. The platform that I want to create, this private platform, is for us to come together and share our own downloads because you're going to have that activated in the retreat and you're going to be far more powerful than you could have ever fathomed. You will be able to jump timelines like that if you do the work. And in that, you can gather information. You can jump into future timelines. You can jump into galactic timelines, and then you can bring it all back to here and now for what we're bringing forward and the changes that are coming. So, thanks, Don. So I know that sounds all crazy, and these are really big statements to make, but this is my mission. My mission is to stand holding hands with the most powerful star seeds that I can find. And together we're going to create sustainable change for all the things, all of what is. So I'm really, really, really honored to be the quirky dorky one standing here in front of this camera and talking about it and making these big claims so that it can give you the inspiration and the belief in yourself to do the same thing when the time is right for you. So here we go, right? It's going to be wild. It is very intense. Yesterday, when I was writing out some final, because like the downloads are not stopping right now. Like, I want to know who else is experiencing this. So I'm writing out additional little notes to the 12 principles and tools of how to apply them in the galactic level. And as I'm doing it, I have to write with headphones so I can just drown out all the other noises, right? So I can just stay channeling, and I'm channeling it out, and I'm automatic writing, and things are coming through, and I'm having conversations about the next book that's coming out. I'm having conversations about certain of you. There's 12 of you right now that showed up, that keep showing up. But yesterday it was like I saw your faces. So I'll just say this part before I move forward into what happened. There's 12 of you. And so I put it in the newsletter. Yeah, that's coming out tomorrow morning. But there is 12 of you that I keep seeing and that are meant to really accelerate yourself in the next level. So I'm just energetically sending my love and connection to you. You keep showing up in my meditations. Am I showing up in yours? Like, sorry, not sorry if I am. But there's a really strong connection between 12 of us. And I desire for you to be a part of this really private group that we're going to be offering. And it's free. It's just a connection space for us to come together. And with that, my team has asked me to work privately with three of, I can only work with three right now. I don't have the bandwidth. So after my meditation yesterday, I saw you all and I was like, fuck, how do I help 12 rip off those last bits that are holding you back so that we can really move into this and you can teach it with me. And so I sat and I went outside and sat with Corey and I was like, okay, babe, like this is what's coming through. And he looked at me being the amazing man that he is. And he was like, okay, then we're delaying our honeymoon. And I was like, are you sure? And he's like, babe, this has to happen. So I've got my wedding in 45 days. And now we're going to delay our honeymoon so that I can take on three more of you to work one-on-one with you privately and help you propel into this mission that's coming forward. This mission is much bigger than you can fathom at this timeline. And when I break it all down for you and you experience it, you're going to be like, oh, it's not it's not just your divine purpose, darlings. There's a big difference between divine purpose and mission. Divine purpose is what you came here to experience and bring people as far as you are. That's divine purpose. To understand your knowledge, to understand your journey, and to take people as far as you've arrived. That's divine purpose. Mission, however, there's a version of you, Starseed. There's a higher self, a higher galactic version of you living in the same timeline. It's not the same timeline, but the same, like they're living their life, you're living your life here. I desire to connect you so that you understand you can have those conversations. And then you are working in both zones. You are doing the work up there, you are doing the work down here, as above, so below, and you are living in both of those realities. It is an overload. It's phenomenal. And the mission is what is required for Earth. What is required for Earth, not just humanity, but everything involved, including Earth itself. We've got a big pole shift coming up, right? We're at the tail end of a big cycle that happens. We're at the tail end of moving into Age of Aquarius. We've got all of these things shifting, and we're going to see a massive shift in Earth where she's going to reset herself. And your mission is a part of how that reset goes for all involved. So, the things I want to teach you and share with you, and I think when we come together, especially in the retreat, when we come together, we're going to have some open dialogue. Um, you're all a piece of this puzzle. You're all getting information that are another piece to this puzzle. So, what I understand and what you understand, it's all going to come together even bigger than what we can fathom. And what I've been shown that begins and needs to start as of December, um, is it's there's some scientific stuff to it. And I've been working hand on hand with a brilliant, brilliant starseed who's very scientific. And we're formulating how to really facilitate this to help you. So that's mission. Mission is change the outcome for everything. There's a much bigger, bigger, bigger piece of that. I'm gonna talk to that in a minute, the bad evil comment. You're I already know that you're one of the big star seeds, but, um, in regards to bad and evil, I don't really believe in bad or evil. I believe in a preferred outcome, and I feel that humanity has the opportunity to reside in compassion and reside in unity instead of greed and individualized. And so when I look at good and evil, I kind of look at it as like greed survival mode, and I look at thriving compassion unity mode. And that's my desire for Gaia is, and everything involved is to shift into that unity, that thriving. And we do have a big part in that. But in order for us to get there, there are some very powerful tools that you need to understand, and you need to understand how to manipulate time, space, reality. So we're going to be diving into that in the retreat. Um, I'm going to show you what I know. And so my meditation yesterday, I'm channeling and I'm writing, and I'm very connected in to a lot of different things. I've been working with the galactic for lifetimes, like all my parallel lives, and I have many parallel lives as galactic. There's a beautiful story of that in the upcoming book that comes out on the 21st, that'll help you sort of understand your own connection to it. But that transformative story of when my fiance realized that he was a starseed and how to like really activate that together. So, anyways, um, my meditation yesterday, automatic writing, and I had a gap of time that I had space for. So, I had a client that needed to reschedule, and I was like, perfect, this adds to my timeline. I can do this. So, I threw on headphones to drown out all the other noise. There's one specific song that I use, one frequency that I use for when I'm channeling that just accelerates it a little bit quicker for me. So I get that in my earbuds. Here I go, pen and paper, and 9 pages come out. Like 9 full descriptive pages that I didn't even know I was going to add to this retreat. And I'm like, how the fuck are we going to cram this into this? But we're going to, um, hence it being very intense. And so I'm doing that. And, but the music is like almost playing like it's skipping, so it'll, like, play, and then all of a sudden it'll go like, "Doo, doo, doo," and then it'll play again, and then, "Doo, doo, doo, doo," and I was like, "What the fuck is happening with my," but I was so into the channeling that I didn't even care, and so I get to, like, page 9, and then I'm like, "Okay, this music's annoying me," and I look up, and the music had fast forward 2 hours, and I was like, "How long have I been doing this?" And I looked at the time, and it was 2 minutes. I was like, "How did I pause time?" Like, I slowed down my reality while speeding up the reality I was connected to in one vortex and was able to accomplish 2 hours in 2 minutes of, and I was like, "Oh my god." So then I was like, "Help me understand how to teach doing this." So then that came through and I was like, "Oh, well, isn't that interesting?" So, anybody else going through this? Like, I wish that we could just have, like, one big Zoom chat where we're talking. Um, yeah, it's been wild. And then with that, I've been shifting into potential outcomes because there's never one outcome. There's limitless outcomes. But the highest possible outcome with the path of least resistance will be if we are in alignment in our highest power. And so it's not about arriving in your highest timeline anymore. I understand how to do that. I'm living in my highest timeline. I've taken hundreds and hundreds of students to that, but it's your highest power right now and standing completely unshakable in that and being able to face everything and be like, what? So, and then I've been tested. So like that's part of the chaos of my life is there is a lot of entities that would prefer me not to teach this. And a lot of groups that would prefer me not to teach this. And so I'm faced eye to eye with a lot of them. And it's been a gradual intensity of what's been showing itself to me. And I have to stand there and stare it down and be like, not my problem. Move aside and change my energy and own my energy to start to change there. So it's like, for example, if I was a big fire, I have to expand my fire. And if they are ice, start to transform their ice so that they can get into a point of following along or stepping down. And that's what I'm learning right now is like you step up or you step out. And so the things that are presenting themselves to me, you can never be hurt. You can never be harmed. Well, by humans, you can be, but in this energy, it is an energy exchange and you will only feel what resonates with you. So if you have these really big energies coming forward, we'll call them big because I don't want to use low vibe words. Um, if you have nothing in you that resonates with them, you will not feel it. You will simply be the observer of it. It's a whole other way of learning to be an empath in your power. And so as these things are testing me, I guess maybe would be the word, I'm becoming more and more powerful. And as it's happening, there's a telepathic conversation coming from my higher selves or my galactic energies that are this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And I'm like, whoa. So you can't be hurt and you will never experience something that you're not ready for. I really want you to embody that. You cannot experience something that you are not prepared for or ready for. But it is time to get ready for bigger, for stronger, for more power, for more experience. And I know a lot of you are going through that. I'm going to read the comments in a second here. I know a lot of you are going through that and experiencing massive transformation and timeline jumping. I've been like putting little seeds out on TikTok to see like who's there, what's going on with us. And there's many of star seeds right now jumping into parallel timelines or having crazy experiences. Um, my to the point of small furniture in my rooms. When I walk in, it's rearranged. It's in a different fashion. And I'm like, I don't recall rearranging this room. So it's like the big changes are happening. And I have to be so selective about who I share this with because we can alter what was. And we will be. We'll be altering history a little bit. It's so crazy that I'm saying this on a live, but here we are. Oh my God. Sometimes my ego is like, bitch, you're crazy. Like, what are you doing? But I know it to be, and I'm experiencing it and I'm doing it. So I have to be vulnerable and share that with you. And it's like, whoa, oh. Okay. I'm going to go into the comments for a second. I'd love to hear, is anyone jumping timelines? Are you getting crazy visitors? Are you getting crazy downloads? What's going on? Okay. So let's go through the comments. I had a dream with Faye and thought of you and saw you're doing a live. I love the coincidence. That's amazing. Cassie, I'd love to join. Get on it. Get on it. We have one more fight struggle coming. I had so many tears coming through. It's not just one more love, but it's a long one. It's a really long one. And it's not a fight. It is a, how do I word this? It's not a fight, but it is kind of like an energetic war, but it's more of a challenge, like who can be the stronger. And so it's like a stare down, energetic stare down of who's gonna hold the longest. And so you got to learn how to really master this so that you can hold it longer. So there's that. But it does feel like a fight for sure. We are feeling that anxiousness. Um, we all have to start coming together and create. We have to do it together. One person cannot do it, nor can 100. So if you are signed up for the Starseed retreat in September already, please invite your fellow Starseeds. The number that the Galactic have asked me to host this with is 100. And so we're a little bit off from that right now. But we require 100 to create an actual shift. So please invite your fellow Starseeds to the retreat. Just go to diamondno.com. It's up on the landing page there. But we're doing it together. And if you need support with breaking the payment up, it's not expensive. But if you need support with that, we'll break it up in a couple of payments. I don't care. I just need you there. So there's that. And I know it's going to drain me a lot. And I'm going to teach you things that I've been mastering for 20 years. And I'm going to fast track you through it. 20 years it's taking me to master this. So I know the shortcuts, so I can help you fast track it for yourself. Okay, so we all have to come together. Yes, since last week, I started to feel something in my stomach, also around my head. I don't know what's happening. You're evolving, you're ascending, and the things that are internal, the disharmony or the discomfort that's internal is attached to an emotional frequency that wants to be restructured or transmuted. So you want to go in and ask yourself, am I experiencing fear? Am I experiencing shame? Am I experiencing guilt? Am I experiencing, I just moved through a big guilt factor a couple days ago. I was like, I didn't even know that was there. So it's really important to become self-aware. That is step number one. And I'm going to give you some really big fast tracking tips on that in the retreat. Something similar to my experience. I figured you would, Irma. You have an energy around you now. I just saw 2 flashes go by. Amazing. I love that. They're here all the time right now. They won't leave. Last week I had hundreds of them show up in my backyard. Hundreds. And they opened up this pathway, and it was like an initiation almost, like they were all like bowing their head at me, like, and like telepathically being like, hold it, hold it, hold it. They walked me to the pond. I didn't share this piece public, but there was something that happened that I was like, after it was said and done, I was like shaking. I was like, did that seriously just happen? Holy shit. But I'm not allowed to share that piece yet. All of my Tupperware was darker teal color, and now it's light teal. Oh my God, you're going through timelines too. That's insane. Feeling a hop once in a while. Definitely downloads, revelations coming through. Amazing. Nothing crazy, but I've been seeing a lot of dragons in the sky. Lizards and bugs have been trying to talk to me. You're connected. They're connected. The insects will not leave Corey alone right now. Like, it's insane. We were just outside for a couple of minutes. They're flooding him right now. And I'm like, maybe you need to own the fact that you're a starseed. So cute. What used to be my biggest fear is my dream reality. Yes, I love that. She's not jumping, or so there's a comment. I feel like Gaia is really slowed down and I feel like she's resting. She's getting ready to push. It's going to be big. So big. Jumping timelines constantly, lots of experiences where I'm fighting those galactic police type beings. I have a lot of timelines where there's actual physical war. And I have one timeline where I'm an assassin, where I'm like, oh, all right, interesting. I didn't think I had it in me, but here we are. So that's super fun. Okay, what else do I want to talk about? Yeah, so like Corey and I are going to delay the honeymoon until December. So weddings in October, I'm going to take off just a couple of days before the week of the wedding and a couple of days after, because we have a lot of people flying in, and then back to it. We're going to do this, and we're going to create big change. So I'm going to open up 3 time slots starting this month to navigate you through. It's like an extra support for the Starseed stuff for you specifically. I know who you are. You know who you are. If you're not them, I will let you know when the email comes in. I'll be like, I'm sorry, babe, it's not your turn. I'm here for the leaders right now. So that's happening. Yeah, so there's that. Want to go into an energy forecast? Let's do it. My stomach just growled so hard. But having meditations with Gaia and my dragon guardians definitely pushing me to train. So I'm super ready for the retreat this month. Yes. Training. Yes. It's bigger than, how do I word this? I'm going to be a little bit of so the most of the people that I work with, most, not all, you're thinking too small. And you are thinking your purpose is you. And you're like, I'm going to go and define purpose, and I'm going to do this. And this is how I'm going to change the world. And I ache to change the world. That's awesome. But if you could stop being so self-centered and realize that it's us, we're in this together. The starseeds, the leaders are in this together. We are changing the world. And it's not some itty bitty mission of being a channeler or teaching or writing a fucking book or all these things. I'm doing all of these things. It is so minuscule. It's so small compared to what this is. So you are being encouraged to think a lot bigger and outside of yourself. This task is what you actually came here to do. Your divine purpose is your experience if you want to do that. And love if you want to do that. Arriving your highest timeline if you want to do that. Being disgustingly wealthy in a good way if you want to do that. You can do all of those things. You can have the highest vitality in your body. These are human experiences. I've arrived in all of those. What I this is about though is there's no reward in it for you except for the outcome of saving everything that is. So if you want to go to energetic war, yeah, sign up for it. And if you don't, then don't and continue to do the human things. But this purpose is not about you arriving in the spotlight um, at all. This is about you holding hands with thousands of other star seeds and creating a permanent, sustainable change for all involved. So it's not a reward at all. Isn't this funny? My skin's super sensitive right now. I did a facial yesterday. So my bachelorette's this weekend. Total side note, ADHD, right? I did a facial because my bachelorette, I leave tomorrow evening for my bachelorette. And I got my wedding trial nails. What do you guys think? So these are the trial nails for my wedding. I think this is what we're doing. But it keeps scratching my forehead, and I haven't had nails long and haven't had them long. And it's so I've got these like white lines on my forehead right now. And I'm like, what is going on? Like so dorky. Anyways, also on a human level, Corey and I went and bought our wedding bands on the weekend. It's like so real. It's in 45 days. I'm like, oh my God. And I'm going to get like my hair did. So they're putting in extensions so that I can have cool wedding hair because I'm super girly sometimes. So it's like all these fun things are coming up. And I'm thinking about bringing you guys along on my very human journey on the Bachelorette if you are interested. So I'll probably post some content on TikTok of like Mom's Gone Wild, Bachelorette style, if you're interested. But if nobody cares, it's totally fine. We're just a shit show. We're going to have a lot of fun. So there's that. Will I live my Bachelorette? No, no, no. I'll be too hammered, you guys. It'll be so much Prosecco in my system and music. And I swear like a drunken sailor when I'm intoxicated. So there will be that. When I was meditating, I'm doing, hold on one second. When I was meditating, oh my God, the comments. Hold on. How do I do this? When I was meditating, I'm doing a guide deep grounding meditation. I'm connecting into the energy and connecting into the sun and Gaia and earth. The source will help us. Yep. I'm going to bring you into union with the solar flares and the moon energy. I'm going to teach you what to do with the solar flares as well, how to like use it to like become unbelievably unstoppable instead of feeling drained. Will you put your wedding live so we can be there with you? No, I will not, but I love you. No, the wedding ceremony is a very, very, very small group. And this is why. This is actually a lesson for a lot of us. My energy is so important to me. What is in my energy field is my number one priority because I never want to bring forward low vibration to my work, to my students, to these lives. I'm still human. We have our human things, and that's 100% acceptable and okay and normal and should be. But when it comes to how I create my reality, I will only create with vibration that matches me. And so I keep some things very private because I don't want anybody else's energy. If I were to live that, it would add in so many energies that it would take away from my experience. So not doing that. But there will be lots of sharing. Obviously, there'll be lots of sharing. And I have 2 different dresses. So you guys can help me maybe pick out which dress am I going to wear? I don't know yet. I have 2. I don't know. So I'll share. I'll keep you in the loop with some of it. Maybe on TikTok. I'm not sure where. And then, yeah, but I'm sure there'll be those of you on my Snapchat are going to be like, I'm blowing up my Snap stories, but maybe I'll just blow up my TikTok stories. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So my first meditation was from Robert Monroe and I felt like was wow. And it happened 2020. Also, my father passed away in that year. Those are big transitions for you. Okay. Excited for you. It's happening. Yeah. Everything is happening right now. The book is coming out. The wedding, the new platforms coming out, podcast tour, book tour, my mentors. Oh my God, you guys. So we've restructured. I have 2 companies. So Domino Mentoring, which is this here. we've restructured our entire platform and put together an Ascension Mastery course that is mm, 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 combined with our previous most popular, famous program, Divine Alignment. And so I've been working really hard with our certified elite mentors that have been working with me for years. And so we're launching very, very soon their program as well that they'll be doing in teams. So you'll get very private and intimate access to mentors that will be working as a team to really support you. So we've got the first four that are going are Ricky, Bex, Amanda, and Dare. They're phenomenal. They have mastered their lives. They're beautiful, incredible humans. So they're coming forward as well, which I'm really, really excited about. So like everything is changing and it's changing so fast that I like almost can't keep up. All right, let's go into the energy. So let me connect into you. I want to do an experiment first because I'm looking for the 12. And well, I already know who you are, but I'm going to show you who you are. So what I'm going to do, I want to play a fun game. I'm going to write down a color on this piece of paper. Okay. Okay, I've written it. I'm going to fold it. It's on the back of my, here it is, right here. Okay. Now, I want to do a little practice. And at the end, I'm going to show you that color. And the people who are the same color, you're meant to do some big things. So we'll talk about that afterwards. So let's just do a quick grounding exercise. And then we're going to go into a channeled message for us from the Galactic Federation. So what I want you to do is I want you to center in. Okay. So you're just going to close your eyes if you can. Obviously not if you're driving, but you don't have to close your eyes. Okay. Anyways, get to it. I want you to just take a couple of deep breaths and I want you to go into your heart. Okay. So I want you to just breathe really deep and acknowledge, even if you want to put your hand there and acknowledge your heartbeat. And I want you to try to match it with the energy. So we're going to try and just energetically slow down that heartbeat. We're going to breathe nice and deep. I want you to breathe deep into the bottom of your lungs and relax your diaphragm, which is right under your lungs, as you exhale. Really important that we're going to exhale through the mouth. So we're just going to breathe in. All right. Take your hand off your heart and go into boom, 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 boom. I want you to call upon the following. I call upon all that I am. I call upon my galactic higher versions of myself. I call upon my ascended guides. I call upon all the realms in which I exist. I now call upon my power. I want to summon my power from all time, space, reality into my heart. I want you to imagine this color as a beautiful wave like fog or light coming towards you from all avenues, slowly filtering in and filling up your heart. I want you to imagine it in a color. What is that color? I want you to let it come into your heart and now infuse into your entire being, your entire body. So let it flood down to your toes. Let it flood down your arms to your fingertips. Let it flood up to the top of your head. Let it then fill your entire vortex, your electromagnetic field. Let that color take over, become the color. I want you to feel that color moving through your eyes. I want you to feel it moving through your breath. I want you to anchor in, I am powerful. Okay. Bring yourself back here and now. I'm going to wait a couple seconds. I want you to put that color in the comments. So it doesn't matter what time, day, year you find this video, you're still going to be connected into it. So today's September 4th, 2024. It doesn't matter what time. This will still have an impact on you and your purpose. So in the comments, what color did you pull in? Beautiful. Amazing. Keep them coming. Okay, we got a lot of colors. Wow. Okay. I'm going to let them keep coming in for a minute. I love all of this. Okay. I'm going to let it keep coming in. There's so many comments filling up my comments right now. I'm going to take note of something else when you guys are throwing that all at me. So we're going to go. I knew it. Amazing. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to do something really cool. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I'm going to categorize you. So we're going to do the readings in 3 fashions, but this is the color I was looking for. Gold. Those of you with the gold, hold the F-bomb on. You are, when we look at like, there's no hierarchy, there's no better. We all have a different purpose with this mission, and there's waves. So gold is wave 1. Wave 2 is green and blues. And then we go into the other colors. And what I mean by waves is it is the ones who are standing there with a megaphone going, come on, let's go. Let's go. So you have to understand your role in this. And then you're going to be standing there going, let's go. Like you're going to be calling out energetically the ones that you are going to mentor and support with this, everything that I want to teach you in September. So you're the first teachers. And in order to become a teacher, you have to master it yourself. So those of you that have gold or yellow going on with that, you're the forerunners. And then, but that doesn't mean that you can't start now. You have to start now. But you're the recruiters for everything. And then, because I'm also gold, we're the ones that are going to be able to embody this really, really rapidly if we get out of our own way in here. And then we're going to be holding space for purple, blue, and green. And they are the next runners in bringing a different wave. So we all have a different vibration, gold, and then it goes purple, blue, green, and then it goes the reds and pinks go and have a different layer to this, but we come together in union. So um, it all has to happen at the same time ultimately, but the gold is the one I'm working on first. So you can learn all of the techniques, but yours will be very unique to you. So we're going to just divide it into categories with our reading today, so you don't even have to pick a number. What I do really desire is, as I'm unveiling this message, this channeled message for us, let me know what's really resonating with you, or if you're having like a oof, ouch, my emotions moment. I'd love to know that as well. I'm going to send some energy towards that, some loving, compassion energy and healing energy towards that. So we're going to start with, we're going to categorize purple, blue, and green in the first message. Then I'm going to do yellow, gold in a message. And then I'm going to do reds, pinks, and orange in the next message. Let me know what resonates the most, which 1, 2, or 3, basically, which one resonates with you the most, because some of you are hybrid of a lot of things, which is really cool. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with purple, green, and blue, which is an interesting combination, but here we are. Okay, so I'm just going to connect into your higher energies, and I'm going to channel for you. I'm going to need a lot more than that. Hold on. Sometimes just like playing with the cards, it's like how I connect in, just because I'm so visual. Sometimes playing with them. Oh, I just got like, ugh. You guys have stomach issues, man. Okay. Let's channel. There's a sensation somewhere within, either in your current view or current awareness or a deeper hidden awareness. There's this note of when, this note of it's lonely, or I'm tired. When is it my turn? Or when do we arrive? When does it get easier? When does it get better? There's this beautiful opportunity for transmuting that into learning to connect, learning to connect to the consciousness, the isness of all that is. And so group number 1 right now, you are in a metamorphosis state of propelling yourself into connecting into and understanding and recognizing and holding and remembering and working with your parallel timelines. It's this beautiful opportunity. You are learning to take what you are and thrust it into the universe, to thrust it into the people you walk by, to thrust it into your environment, to thrust it into all that is. And so, in order for you to be able to project this and thrust it in, there's a little bit of messaging in and around, is there still pieces of I am not enough that want to be healed and addressed? Is there still pieces of I'm too weird, or this is too crazy, or no, people are going to think I'm crazy? This is the face, this is the what you're in right now of transforming that and getting really comfortable and confident in holding the quirky, off the wall, okay, I talk to aliens version of yourself. Um, so this metamorphosis is taking place right now. And as you shift and cross over into this newness, you will be residing very much like myself in between realities where you can intentionally choose. I'll move here, I'll move here, I'll move here. You can intentionally choose, okay, where's the warrior in me? Oh, I'm going to connect into that. I'm going to bring that power and that strength here. Where's the zened out metaphysical me? Go in, pull it in, embody it. You're going through a quick transition of being able to move into something, bring it back, and embody it. And we have that ability. That is why I am where I am right now. That is why I have the keys to the universe, because there's so many versions of me that I know and I keep expanding it. So you'll have these experiences where you get one, you're like, whoa, that was neat. Or you'll get two visions. That's cool. Can you be brave enough to go beyond that? You are limitless in lifetimes. You are limitless in parallel experiences. There isn't just two. There isn't just the dragon realm you. There isn't just your spirit guide you. It is limitless. And the more you harness this, the more you're going to have that ripple effect. So, when we drop a pebble into the pond and it has ripples that ripple out, you will become each one of those ripples, but the water itself. Each one of those ripples representing a timeline, but you will become the water itself, experiencing the ripples, not the individual perception of ripple. So you're going through a massive transformative timeline right now. You're going through the embodiment of divine oneness, but galactic galaxy oneness. You're powerful beyond measure. But right now, it is about, how do I move into the self awareness to become awareness of all that is? So, step one, coming into, where am I holding myself back? What wants to be healed? You're probably all very good candidates for doing the program with my students, the Ascension, or not my students, my mentors, the Ascension Master. You're very good candidates for that when you're ready. Um, it will propel you into understanding what beliefs have been holding you back, what doubt has been holding you back, what fear has been holding you back. And sometimes it's great to just have someone fine tune it with you so you can speed up the process. Um, Also, the book will totally help you with that. But right now, please take time to reflect and own, I am powerful beyond measure. And what I feel, the ache of, and the knowing that I'm going to do something substantial here, is in fact your truth. It is your full truth. Do not lose sight of that. Do not let yourself be small. So we're going to move back into discovering what is holding me back. And then you're going to allow yourself to launch through into your power. So that's group number 1. You're powerful, guys. Like, you're powerful. I felt like this heaviness, like a really loving, like I wanted to wrap my arms around you, is what I felt. I felt this like, oh man, when you get this though, like I remember every step of my transformation towards this. And there is such a sense of safety that comes with it. You know, when you're like, where's the next money coming from for this bill? How am I going to pay this bill? How am I going to, I really want to go on this adventure. I really want to travel. Like, how am I going to afford it? Or when the fuck is the love of my life going to show up? What is it going to feel like to be loved? What is it going to feel like to be kissed? To just know they're there? What is it going to be like to become so comfortable with their smell that you crave it? You know, that feeling, that ache, you're about to move through erasing all of that within you. You're here to experience all of that. Um, you're about to switch over into, ah, it's there. It's here. It's now. You're about to have all of that. So fucking step up already, okay? Like totally step up. All right. So that's group number one. But I want to hug you. I want to hold you. You've got this. You are going to undo all of that and step into something so phenomenal. All right. Let's go into group number two. My bitches. Group number two is the yellow and gold. So let me connect into you guys. The card's even gold. Like, that's hilarious. Oh man, you guys are going through what I'm going through. Gee-boss. Anybody else having, I'm not sleeping and I'm laying there in bed and my mind is going all the way from the stupidest thing of, if we wash our hair today and we run tomorrow, we're going to have to wash it again tomorrow. Is there enough dry shampoo for me to actually have like decent hair today? Like stupid, into the next timeline. I'm in a parallel timeline. All of a sudden, I'm having a conversation with myself there. And it's like a full conversation. And I'm so aware that it's happening. And my body is like, bitch, we need to sleep. Stop. And I'm like, I can't stop it. And then in the next half second, I'm like thinking about, oh shit, did I tell the gardener to get this part of the pond done? And then in the next second, I'm like, um, okay, do the caterers know this? And what day are the cleaners coming this week? And then in the next second, I'm like, do I like my nails enough for the wedding? And then in the next second, I'm having a deep ass conversation with someone galactic who's standing at the side of my bed. And I'm like, what the actual is happening in my head right now? Bah, right? And it's like, I'm learning right now to master. And I think group two, you're with me, is we're learning to master breathing through the chaos. We're learning to, like, I'm inundated right now. Are you guys as swamped as I am? Everything in my life is changing. Everything in my life is changing. And everybody needs something from me right now. And I'm like, what the action? And it's happening so fast. And it's like, I'll be outside and the crows are talking to me while the trees are talking to me, while there's a bumblebee trying to land on my nose to get attention to talk to me, while my fiance's like, hey, what do you want for lunch? And the VP of operations that works in office is like, hey, I need you to sign these documents, and the marketing team from the other company. And it's like, how do I keep doing this? Like, I realize I am doing a lot of things at once, but like, it's like, I don't know where to put my focus right now. And so we're learning right now, number twos, to, oh, right here is the only thing. This is the only thing. And do you have the ache like I do? This is what we're learning right now, number twos. How bad, how fucking bad do we want this change? Like now, like now. I want it now. I do not want to wait. I want it now. And so in all of the things, I'm also like, can I just fucking go meditate so I could get more information? Because this is way too wild not to. And so I'm like getting mildly addicted to my meditations right now because I'm like, holy fuck, like I'm so connected. Like, give me more, give me more, give me more. Right. So we're learning to like balance, and how do you say this word? Compartmentalize. Close enough. We're learning how to do that. And the reason we're learning how to do that, number twos, is because what is about to come. There is going to be, think about if you were standing in a battlefield in battle, and you've got battle coming at you in all directions, as well as your team. What are they called? I don't know what the word is. I have no words for that. The people that you're on your team. So let's say it's like white and black, and or like gold and brown, I don't know. So like all the gold people, the team are like all in the battlefield together and all the other ones are in the battlefield together. And you have to be so fine-tuned with your perception that you troops, thank you. We'll use that word. Your troops. Why was that so hard for me? So you have to be so focused on who's coming at you and who's on your side. And it's everything's flooding from all the areas and it's so unknown as to what's going to happen. We are learning number twos because we have all of this. We are learning to get into the gap between the chaos. And there's moments that I have fully mastered this, but it's only moments at this time, not fully. Like I'm jumping timelines and I can control a lot of it, and some of it I cannot control. And then being in all the chaos, standing in the chaos, being able to pause it. And so that's what we're going to be learning as we move through things is like just pause it for half a second so that I can see and then react instead of letting it be all consuming. So we're going to have a lot of busyness right now. We're going to have a lot of chaos right now. We're going to have a lot of mind thought right now. And we're learning to can I put it into different spots and stand in the middle and be the observer, not the reactionary to it, not being pulled in 100 directions. So that's the message for number two, learning to be present and not spin out of control and not um, let it take over. And it's really funny, like, side note, everything that we have gone through will lead us to this moment, right? So, one of the challenges that I had in my past career, I worked for very large corporate, like really large corporations, and I had a very unique job. But in that job, it was a lot of demand. And so I had to manage every second of my day so my day didn't manage me. And this is something that I brought forward teaching, even in implementing your spiritual tools into your awakening process, is bring how do we manage it so it doesn't manage us? And so I've said this forever and ever and ever, and you guys have heard me talk about it. Manage your day so your day doesn't manage you. And this is something that I learned the hard way in the corporate world. And it's something that I've implemented here and now. And so as I'm like reading the energy for the yellow and the gold energies for number twos, it's like, no, it absolutely is a requirement to manage your mind. And I've been going through a series of things unknowingly. Like yesterday was the first time where I was like, okay, I just paused time. Like I literally just paused time. I don't know how I did that. And then I got the answers on how I did it. But anyway, so now I'm practicing it, intentionally doing it. But as I paused time, it was like totally had an ADD moment and lost my thought. Pausing time, standing in the chaos, managing your day so your day doesn't manage you. Oh, control, right, duh, controlling my mind. So I'm going to give you a lot of tools when we do this retreat on mind power because you have to learn how to control it. You have to learn how to keep it out of anxiousness. You have to learn how to keep it out of stress. You have to learn to keep it out of self victimization or toxic vulnerability. And so, one of the things that I started doing, 5 months ago now, was ice bathing every morning. I No, I like a beach in the sun, and there's nothing about the cold that I appreciate in any way whatsoever. But it was the reason I chose to do that unknowingly or knowingly, unknowingly at the time, was to train myself for being able to pause time and move through timelines with ease and come right back to this moment with barely any time lapsing. And so I started doing ice baths every day to control the way my mind responded to my physical body. So it's like you're going to look back like I am and go, holy shit, this all happened for this. Wow. It's going to blow your mind. It's so crazy. So you need to. Well, yeah, you kind of need to. Number two is it's about learning to control your mind and learning to control the thoughts and where your focus goes. Um, and to not be disshuffled or scrambled. And then from that, you're going to learn how to do what I'm doing right now, where you can pause time and shift into parallel timelines and come right back with very minimal time lapsing. Um, so that's kind of cool, right? Okay, I'm just going to look at the comments and then we're going to go into number threes. Whew. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I think it's Ian? Like, not Ian, Ian? Um, what how cool are you? Like, honestly, that dream is wild. The only strange dream I had was when a dream for the first time about aliens, they gave me a rhombus crystal emanating white light. This dream was last year. So that is so cool as shit. So cool as shit. Do you know white light is all light? Like, white light is all light. White light is the pyramid. That's why I love diamonds so much. Like, legit, I love diamonds that much that I have this honker on my finger because I'm like, oh my God, give me all the light. But like crows, did you know the human eye, like crows are actually like all of the colors and they're not like, anyways, side note, ADHD. I love crows so much. But that is a cool dream. And it probably wasn't a dream. It was probably a parallel timeline. So something was being activated within you. And that's so cool. I'm starting to do this exercise where I'm in an empty room and there's a box that is cleared and I'm putting my thoughts in there. Oh, brilliant. And then you can just watch them. I love that. Amazing. You were able to pause it. I used to get ragey with mine too. Now it's very rare that I get ragey. It's like untangling spaghetti. Oh, I love that. It's me at work. Okay, cool. All right, let's go into number threes. So this is reds, pinks, and oranges. Power much? Oh my goodness. Who was red, pink, and orange again? Like, give me a heart. Like, what on earth? I need to know who you are. This is wild. Um, hello, being birthed into a higher dimension. This is wild. So, this is in the upcoming book. This is so important. In my book that's coming on the 21st. So, it's called No, because that's my name. No, you are the power 3, 6, and 9. And I teach the power 3, 6, 9, what to do with the power 3, 6, 9. And one of those things that I teach in the book is understanding dimensional consciousness evolution or ascension or awakening. Barbie, I knew you were one. Amazing. Okay, cool. I need to know who you guys are. So in dimensional consciousness evolution, Earth has one, the galaxy has one, galactic has their own version, humanity has their own version, the animal kingdom has their own version. We move through, it's going to be a bit of a lesson, so sit down for a second here. We move through evolutionary process from 3D up to 8D in our human experience, okay? Now, 3D, we know what that is. 4D, you've heard me like get really spicy about 4D because I think it's a fucking trap for a lot of people, but you have to move through it. And when we're in 4D, we get 4D ego, spiritual ego, or we become a spiritual narcissist. And it like you can pick them out like so easy if you go on TikTok, like holy fucking calm down. They think they're so fucking important. Like the ego gets all into like, I'm ultra spiritual, woke as fuck. Look at me and my journey. And here I am now in the spotlight and I'm gonna whatever is obnoxious. I was there for a long time. I just didn't go on social media with mine because I was like, I need to figure this out. Something's off. And so then we birth through 5D. So it's actually on the map of the Power 369 Nikola Tesla's map, but there is a triangle. There's a lot of triangles on that map, and they're all explained in the book. But 4D is the inside of the top of the triangle. Okay. So it's like in here. And we bounce around it, bounce around it, bounce around it. And we hit the birthing canal. You have to birth through into 5D, metaphorically. And as we do that, we have to let go of the desire to be important. That's all. That's all you have to do is let go of your desire to be important. You will still have lots of things to heal. In order to arrive in 5D, you have to realize where you are being a piece of shit. And like, I hope one day that the one I loathe the most sits and watches this video because you guys all know how I feel about one particular 4D spiritual narcissist out there. And I don't, oh God, it makes me so bleh. Anyway, when you let go of the desire to be important, you birth through into 5D. And you really have to permanently let it go. And the only way you're going to let that go is when you realize that you are a whiny baby and nobody gives a flying fuck about your financial situation or poor you or how busy you are or the autoimmune condition that you have or what. Nobody fucking cares. Like, get over it, fix it, move on, be better. And if you're going to sit there and harp and complain and bitch about change not happening in your life, it's on you. And nobody cares. Nobody actually cares. Harsh truth. Never once in the history did I say, "Oh my god, you're really struggling with, like, your money problem? Like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like, tell me everything." I don't give a flying fuck. That's on you. Like, let's just be real for a second here. And so you can't arrive in 5D. This isn't specific to this pile, but this is just a lesson. You can't arrive into 5D until you let go of your toxic vulnerability and you let go of being a victim to your own fucking vibration. So when you let go of your vibration and you change your vibration, oh my God, your world changes and you can attract in the things that you want. You're the reason you're not attracting it in. And if you're going to sit there and be toxic about it and keep pulling it in, where you put your focus is what you create. You expand whatever you're putting your focus on. So if you're going to bitch all the time, then you're going to have a shitty ass experience. Change, just shut your fucking mouth, like your mouth, and change it. There's a lot of F bombs. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I get really passionate. So people in 4D will bounce and bounce and bounce in this triangle because they'll start to go through it, but they're unwilling to let go of the ache to be seen. Now, this is the sad part about this. And this is where my compassion comes in and why I do what I do. I know how hard it is. I know how stressful it can be. I was fully abandoned at 23 with my children taken from me. Not that I did anything wrong, it's because of religion. They didn't were taken, but I didn't have them full time. 23 years old, went through a divorce, lost every, we're Jehovah's Witnesses. I lost my life. I lost my job. I lost everything. And I was kicked out with a garbage bag full of my fucking clothes while my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, was peeled off my leg. And they locked the door behind me and changed the locks and said, bye. And I had to listen to her trying to tear down the blind on the door and want her mommy while my baby, who wasn't even a year old, was screaming for me. And I was escorted out by elders in the congregation, my own fucking father and mother and sister, and my husband at the time. And it was like, bye, there you go. And so I was homeless. I understand how scary life is. I understand how hard it is to not stress about financial flow. I understand how hard it is to ache for more downloads and awareness and clarity on your mission. I understand I don't know what my next steps are and I'm completely in the dark and alone. I understand. That is where it hurts, is because all we ache for, all we want, all we require is to be seen. And that's the conflicting part of moving from 4D to 5D is we ache to be seen. We ache to be held. We ache to know that we're going to make it. We hurt, and it's so lonely sometimes not being seen, heard, or valued. That is the one thing that I make sure my mentors are capable of, is making sure you are seen, heard, and valued. And so as we move through this birth canal from 4D to 5D, if we are unwilling to just see our damn selves instead of screaming at the world and being obnoxious about it and complaining all the time, or saying, "Oh, I've got it all figured out." Yeah, no, I see this all the time too. "Oh, my inner child's totally healed. I'm totally fine. These are the amazing downloads I have." And I'm like, "Cool. Then why are you still unhealthy? Why are you still broke? Why are you still waiting for your divine purpose? Why are you still doing a 9 to 5 job? Because you haven't done it. So stop bullshitting yourself. Get off your fucking high and mighty horse, because that's your attempt to be seen. It's like, look how great I'm doing, but you're not. So get fucking real with yourself and look in the mirror and be the one who sees you. That is going to birth you into 5D. That's what's going to take you there. It's not some spiritual magic wand that comes down and says, poof, your turn. The universe shall provide. It doesn't work like that at all. You have to be the one. So back to this, as you are moving through or have moved through the group that have chosen reds, pinks, oranges, or number 3, you have moved through and you are there. You're right in that birth canal or on the other side. And sometimes we don't know we're on the other side because there's a metaphoric umbilical cord. Okay. So you just got birthed out into something fucking brand new. This is what the card looks like. Like, tell me you are not moving through a veil right now. Okay. So you've just birthing into 5D or really anchoring in it. And the umbilical cord is those old habits, the conversation in here that says, I'm not safe to, no one cares. I don't know how to be seen comfortably. I'm a little bit worried because I feel like I'm crazy. Like, who has that? I'm definitely feeling that. Um, the breaking those old sabotaging habits, the self-sabotage, the aching for comfort instead of out of comfort. So this group you guys are moving through, can you get comfortable being uncomfortable because it's gonna be part of your fucking mission. And you have to be really, really comfortable in the discomfort. And then what happens from there is you light the off up and you become the knowingness of everything's available for you. Everything is available for you. But it's starting to move into I have a message for someone very specific in this group. Stop telling yourself that you don't have it. Stop being like, oh, I didn't know that. Stop avoiding the tools. Stop avoiding the work. Stop putting your power outside of yourself and giving it to someone else. Stop doing that. When it comes to everything, including your gifts, your telepathy, your psyche, you all have this. You all have it already in you. It's letting it move through you. And if we are like, oh, wow, I get this unfortunately with a lot of my students in the beginning, and I will not have it. They'll put me up on this pedestal and they'll give me all their power. And they'll be like, yeah, okay, tell me everything. And I'm like, fuck this. This is a partnership. This is an equal exchange here. I'm going to support you and get you to where I am in the ascension process, but you're not lower than me. You're not below me. This isn't a competition. Don't put me on a fucking pedestal. And so I want you to think about, what are you putting on a pedestal right now? Where are you putting your power outside of yourself? Where are you doing it in a toxic way? Are you doing it in a, um, going into watching endless tarot readings on TikTok all the time, looking for clarity and confirmation? Like, stop doing that. Nobody can tell you what you are creating. Well, they can, but not as a collective like that. Instead, ask yourself, what is required of me in order for me to arrive in my desire? Because the thing you desire is already on its way to you. It's whether you're going to let it in. That's all. Are you going to let it in? And you're not going to let it in if your energy bubble around you is saying, no, thank you, by saying, I'm not worthy, or it's too hard, or these ascension symptoms. Like, I don't have a single ascension symptom right now. And the solar flares are intense. I am getting more and more powerful every single day because I figured it out. You don't have to be a victim to ascension symptoms. You don't even have to experience them anymore. You can learn how to transmute that energy instantly. That's what's coming down the pipeline. Like, the sun's not going to stop giving us flares. This is just the beginning. I got kind of spicy there. Hi, I'm back. So that's that group there. Like, it's time. It's time to let go of those old habits. It's time to really allow yourself to be in 5D. And it's not a competition. It's not a race. It doesn't need to be forced. It doesn't need to be rushed. Just let it happen and stop being a little pity party, okay? To put it nicely. Just no more toxic, no more self-doubt, no more, none of that. We're not doing it anymore. You came here to change the outcome. If you could just own that and stop being small, all of you, all of us, all of us. Ready? My 20-year-old self is hearing this right now. My yesterday self is hearing this right now. Every single one of us right here, right now. There is no time to be small. You're going to war. You're going to energetic war. You are about to stand in the energetic battlefield and own your power. There's not time. There's not time. So we're not doing it anymore. So you're going to go look in the mirror and you're going to be like, all right, I'm leveling up. You're going to sign your ass up for the retreat in September. Take the financial leap. It's $333. Not a big investment, but this is going to change your life and this is going to change the world. I'm going to hand select the 12 of you that are in that retreat for a private group. Unless some of you level up way before then I'll put you in there too. But I'm only putting in those that are willing to stop being toxic with their vulnerability. If you email me, I promise you I will say no if it's not you. For the 12, so there is 12 of you. I'm opening up three time slots to work one-on-one. So that's coming out in the newsletter tomorrow. But I have 3 openings right now to do 4 weeks of an hour once a week with me one-on-one privately. It is mildly discounted compared to my normal rates because it's urgent. So I'm going to start with the first 3. And then when the time permits, I'm going to do the next 3. And then when the time permits, I'm going to do the next 3 until all 12 of you have mastered this. And propelled yourself into your power and believing in yourself. So I have one-on-one openings available. The Starseed, oh my God, stop time. What the fuck is it called? Starseed mission activation starts Monday. So we are not working on the weekend because I'm at my bachelorette. So if you're registering, it's by Friday. It's closing down after that. So don't miss the boat. Um, I want 100 people. I know there's 100 of us. So share that, please, with your Starseed family. Get them in this. And let's fucking kick ass. It's time. Like, I'm ready. I am so ready. Like, oh, I'm so ready that I want to go like actually physically boxing, but I don't want to break a nail. So not going to do that. Because these are my bachelorette nails. But anyways, there's that. Okay. Oof, here we go. Questions, comments. I have a few minutes. Do I have a few minutes? Let me look. I think I have a few minutes. I also have like 900 missed calls on my phone. That's awesome. I love my life. Today is Wednesday the 4th. I do. I have a few minutes. So let's hang out for another 15. And I'll do my best. Resonate with all three messages, even though I picked red. We probably do, right? Like I resonate with all of them. There's pieces of like, even in your most power, this is the most powerful I've ever been. I still have little things. I'm a human experience. I still have these little moments of like, what am I going to do? It's normal to do that. Okay. So I don't want you questioning your power, but you're going to have these little moments. So it's okay. All right. I was in a car crash this summer. My car was rented out. I was out somewhere and I did not get injured except for a big shock. And I said pink when you wrote it on the note. After the guidance, I was surrounded in green. I feel I've been through rebirth this summer. Oh, Maylise, that's beautiful. I have been resuscitated 3 times. I've been to the other side 3 times. And it is a wild experience. It is wild. Like to go to the other side and be looking down and being like, oh, that's what it looks like? Huh. And then you come back and it's like you change your whole life because you're like, well, I'm not being small here. Yeah, it's been wild. That'll be in like the 4th book. I'll talk about those experiences and how to have them, but the 1st book is coming. So excited. All right. Can you explain spiritual battle, but a bit more clearly? Jessica, I want to say everything, but I have to be so careful. So what it, how do I want to word this? I'm going to liken it to this. So let's say that there's 10 people in a room with closed doors and closed windows. And what analogy do I use for this? If all 10 of them were farting, like rank ass farts, the room would be dreadful, right? If all 10 people are like, did I shit myself or did I fart? I don't know. Was it a shot? Like the room wouldn't be a very pleasant experience. That's our world. Okay. Now, if one person was like, here is some anti-gas medication and they took their anti-gas medication. It's so stupid. Like they took like Pepto, I don't know, and stopped shitting themselves. Okay. The room gets less. And then the next person's like, oh, how did you fix that? Oh, I took this. Cool. Then they do that. And you become a different energy. So you're offering a different vibration to the room instead of shitting yourself to the room, the smell, right? So the more people that are like, oh, here's the simple fix, I'll just do this, the room changes. And then eventually, if other people are like, I'd like to stop shitting myself also, can I please have one of those? They're eating a Tums or whatever the fuck you're doing, metaphorically. Then eventually the odor would change. So it's the same thing with the energetic transition that's coming up. We are learning how to resolve the darkest of dark. We are learning how to be, the other analogy I like to use is if I am a big ass fire, I'm a massive fire walking around. When we are on the battlefield, there's going to be blocks of ice and there's going to be fire. And if the fire is not blazing enough, that ice can come in from all four sides and put that fire out. Whereas if we keep fueling our fire fearlessly while the ice is trying to impede on us, the fire will melt the ice, transforming it into liquid. So we will transform the low, horrible things. It's much bigger than I can say here. So there's that. Now, in order for us to do that, because there is no actual battlefield, it has something to do with the ocean, is what I will say here. And that's what I can say. So we're learning how to transmute through being fire everything into, we're drying up the ice, is how I'll put it. So it's not just about anchoring into Gaia. That's very small. It is about standing united, and there's some techniques involved and some science stuff involved with it. There's some quantum entanglement pieces that I'll be teaching you. Um, there's some big, powerful techniques that I will teach you how to change your total experience, as well as the vibration that is in the air and everything around you, which will change the vibration of the water, which will change the vibration of the ocean, which will change the vibration of all that is. And in all of that, you're going to learn how to control weather. You're going to learn how to control rain. You're going to learn how to control and program water instantaneously. You're going to, so it's kind of like that, to put it in a nutshell. You're also, it has a big part to do with capitalizing on using and embodying the solar flare in a way that I didn't know was possible until recently. And I was like, oh, well, that made a difference for me, which is so great. I'd love it if it wanted to burn off some body fat, but it doesn't want to do that. My body's like, nah, we'll hold on to it. It's totally fine. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit deeper into the comments. Okay, so that's that one. Hypersensitive, like very enhanced sight, hearing, taste, smell, touch. It's so, yes. Yes, Ariel, for sure. I went through that, my hearing. So I can hear all the spirit realms and all the things all the time. I can hear the grass, but then it was like I heard everything all at once and I was like, oh my God. So my hearing definitely. My skin is getting very sensitive. Like if I just like do this, there's gonna be like lines there and I'm barely touching myself. Like white lines will show up. You can see them in my forehead because I keep touching my hair. So it's like my skin is different. Um, and I went through a lot of digestive upset and challenges as well over the last little while, like all food. I can't eat meat right now, which is super unfortunate because I love steak. But right now, just the thought of steak is like making me want to heave. So I'm not eating any meat right now. Um, I don't know how long that lasts, a day, 5 days, a year. I don't fucking know. My body just cannot right now. And I can't eat. There's a lot of things that are like my system is like, no, thank you. We're just going to give you pain. I can't eat avocados. I love avocados. And right now I can't eat avocados. Like, oof, so annoying. So there's changes for sure. But the ascension symptoms like the dizziness or the ache, the exhaustion, all of that, that's definitely changing. I have so much energy. It's insane. I appreciate the constructive feedback about getting out of our own way. When it hits home, it's hard to be offended. I was over here giggling a bit, like, oop. I love that. Okay, I'll stop it. Get her done. Get her done, babe. Such a Canadian thing to say. Get her done. Amazing. Some of my students right now are already completely controlling weather, and some of you are having visions of like parting the sea. Um, so I'll leave that there. But yeah, there's some cool stuff coming. Anyone feeling they're in fight or flight mode right now, but no clue why? Inner subconscious trauma coming to the surface, wanting to be healed. Fight or flight is a trauma response. So there's something going on in your life that is triggering off your trauma response, probably unknowingly. So it could be fear of abandonment. It could be fear of not arriving in more. It could be fear of not really feeling completely fulfilled and fulfilling yourself through other people, such as your children or your partners or your career, instead of self fulfilling. So that'll trigger off a trauma response as well. Love you very much. All right. Funny how I'm Aquarius and really been into learning about the power and abilities of water. Amazing, Dawn. Yeah. Yeah. I've been studying that for a really long time and experimenting. I made a comment the other day or a TikTok. I don't fucking know where I talk anymore, but I actually was like, go make ice. Like, Just be like, this is me. This is all of my authenticity, and go make ice. And then have the people in your house do the exact same thing. And you will see who is truly authentic and who is not by the ice. The clearer it is, the more pure it is and loving it is. And the more it's like cloudy and the more like you might be denying your authenticity. So it's a really good way to like self check in is just go make ice. I know exactly. We go through a lot of ice at my house. Um, I know exactly who makes the ice every single fucking time. I'll be like, oh, I don't think I'll have that ice. I'll go digging for another tray. Be like, oh, want your hormones? All right. Hey there. What it means being multifaceted. Multifaceted. Maybe I'm not using the word properly, but um, many, 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 many layers. Many, 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 many layers. I use that word a lot now. I'm like, am I using it properly? The purpose being multifaceted means that there's not just one thing to it. There's many pieces to it that all come together to make a bigger picture. Humanity loves to think small in this. Like how many of us are like honestly, 20 years ago, I was like, one day I'm going to write a book. And there's like, oh, maybe I'll public speak. Oh, I'm going to teach self-love. And it's so like narrow. And now I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. I am a fully published author who travels on stage, waking up the entire goddamn world. Like, it's not about a book, even though I have a book. My next book is coming. The other books I'm not even counting because they were a long, long time ago and they're very 4D, so it doesn't even matter. But these ones. hmm So it's like when it's multi-layered or there's many moving pieces to it, and there's many, many, many moving pieces to our purpose. It's not just this one little thing. It's not one little technique. There is a mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual component to it fully. And yeah, like a diamond. Um, there is, yeah, there's a lot to it. And it has something to do with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I'm going to break that down for you as well, because that's just hidden right in our face. Fucking, oh my God, that's what it is. And we just do it like churchy people do it, and they're like, oh yeah, no, no. But there's actually something to that. That it's wild. It's mind blowing. It's all of the things. All of the things. My mind is like every single time it comes through. All right, guys. Well, it's 10 to 2 p.m. and I just realized I haven't had breakfast nor lunch. I have been functioning off of coffee all day, so I need to go put my coffee away and get some actual nutrition in my belly. So I'm going to go eat. I cannot wait to see you on Monday. It's on Monday. Like, it is not far. So stoked. I think today's Wednesday. So close. And we're going to go through 4 weeks together. And then if you do want one of it's going out in the newsletter. Like, if you are one of the 12, if you know I've been seeing you and you are ready to like commit to yourself and invest into yourself, I will say no if you are not one of them, a female, but please reach out. So it's reachout@diamondo.com. And Amanda's on board for all of that. Also, oh my God, I need your help with something. Can I ask for 3 favors? Ready? I need support. I need some help with something. So, 1, share with your star seeds. Those that are ready, share the link. It's off diamondo.com. 2, make sure you sign up for the newsletter. We're going through a big change, and I want to make sure that I do this right with what we're launching next. So there's a little survey in the newsletter. It'll take you 10 seconds. If you could just respond back for me, please. I want to make sure that I do this right and that I'm offering the right thing, because I don't get to talk to all of you all the time. So as we change direction, we're going to be changing direction a lot. The platform that we're moving on is going to give me the opportunity to speak unfiltered quite a bit more. So my lives may not be here. And like the podcasts are switching up and everything's changing, because I don't want to play small and I don't want to be filtered anymore. So we're moving into offering an unfiltered community, and it will be a community as well. So I'm going to set up that temporary one, and then we're going to have this big ass one. So anyways, if you could do that for me, that would be greatly appreciated. And 3, if you're not following on YouTube, can you subscribe? Please help me grow it. I want to change this planet, and I know how. And I'm gonna blow your socks off on how when we get together on Monday. So really, really, really looking forward to seeing you all. I see all of you. Like, I don't there'll be people I'll see in the comment show up and I'm like, "Oh, I've never seen that name before, but yet I've been seeing you in my meditation. Interesting." So I feel like we already know each other, and I feel like you guys are my community, and I feel so loved and supported by you. So thank you for everything. So I love you. I will see you guys when I see you. I should be live next week, and then I'm away for a week in Vancouver. Um, so I will be live next week, hopefully on Thursday if things go as planned. But anyways, for now, go look in the mirror and find a million reasons to say thank you. I love you. Go do it for yourself. And then I will see you when I see you. All right. Mwah.